Right now, Kalamazoo Department of Public Safety is actively recruiting for their next round of officers. They're looking to fill vacancies mostly left open by retirements. I got the chance to ride along with Sergeant John Resge to get a feel for what an officer does on a day-to-day and also chat about their recruitment process.
So my name is Sergeant John Resge. I am one of the lead recruiters with Kalamazoo Public Safety. Recruiting efforts are year-round. We are constantly trying to get people to show interest in our department and come and apply here. But we open up windows periodically throughout the year that align with the police academies so that once we hire you, we can send you to a police academy or a fire academy and then a police academy. All those dates are worked out in a strategic order with Kalamazoo Valley Community College and how it aligns with their police academy dates. The current process opened up on April 9th and it closes out on April 23rd. I would encourage people to not wait till the last minute. It's unfortunate, when we set our mind to do something and then just time gets passed and we're like, oh man, we turned it in, 10 hours late. Can you guys still consider it? But we don't. One of the big things going through the hiring process you'll see is punctuality. We want people to show a dedication and commitment and that they're punctual. So if you do miss one of those deadlines, you're probably going to be kicked from the process. So with that, I tell everybody that applies, just keep an eye on your email, make sure you're staying up on all the different steps through the process. Once you apply, the next step is to take the written test and the physical test, which we will provide dates for that and locations where you can go. Those are administered by the state of Michigan, but we will help direct you to make sure that you get those tests done. You fill out a background packet where we want to know all about your job history. We want to know about people that know you well. And you need to get those done by a certain deadline in order to continue on in the process. After the background packet, the first step is that initial interview where you will be sitting in front of a panel of people and they'll be asking you questions about how you would handle a certain scenario. It doesn't require any sort of law enforcement experience. We're not saying, okay, this person committed this crime, now what do you do? That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for people who have the right kind of character, that are willing to do this job and serve our community well. So a lot of these hypothetical questions, they don't require any sort of specific job knowledge. I've found that people who have a history of customer service and have experience in the customer service industry tend to do well on these interviews, not necessarily people who are already cops. We do have probably close to 20 vacancies, but a lot of those are because of retirements. Kalamazoo is extremely fortunate in the fact that we still have a pension. And I go to these recruiting events and a lot of young people don't even know what pensions are anymore. But the pension means that for the rest of my life after retirement, I get a paycheck guaranteed. It's 70% of my wages forever after I do 25 years with the city. All of those people that were hired 25 years ago are reaching pension age and they're leaving us. So we need to fill their vacancies. Traditionally, the city tries to hire someone a year in advance to fill a vacancy of someone who's leaving a year later, because like I discussed, the training takes a year. Yeah. So we want to hire that vacancy before it's actually vacant. We haven't been able to keep up with the vacancies as they've been coming. Thankfully, we can't just hire anyone. It's got to be the person that shows that right type of character and willingness to serve their community that we want to hire and send out in the community to represent us well. We started doing it about 3 times a year, like we discussed. We end up with about 100 applicants each process, which is usually our goal, to break 100, get somewhere above 100, because we know that a lot of people just self-eliminate, is what I'm going to call it. Yeah. They fail to turn in their background packet. They fail to complete their PT test. And they end up washing themselves out of the process. So if we can start with 100 people, then hopefully we can get a decent number of them to hire in the end. A lot of it is community outreach. It's every call you take, you're hopefully serving that victim well. And if you look at it that way, then every single call we go on is community outreach. If I show up to your house for a call for service, someone stole your car and I listen to you well, I show empathy and I take your report. It's got to be really unfortunate to get your car stolen. I can only imagine. But we've got to try our best to see it through the community's eyes, where that's the only car they have, and that's the car they get to work with, and how impactful that is on their life when their car is taken. If we can show that sort of empathy on something like a stolen car report, as I take your report and then go out and try to find it, when I recover your car, I've shown that I'm capable of doing my job, and I build that good favor with the community. When I return your car back, hopefully it's not too damaged. And we're building that rapport on every single call for service. It's not just showing up to community events and handing out stickers. It's truly serving the community in their needs. What's important to them at the moment. And every single person in the community has different priorities, and it's usually that call for service. I called you here for a reason. I need you to address this problem. You really can't get bored at this department. We do have more than 40 different specialty units, and you don't have to pick just one. So I'm part of the bicycle response unit, which we do a lot of bicycling on campus over the weekend during house crawl and whatever event might be going on in the campus area. We also do bicycles downtown in these congested areas where a patrol car really isn't as advantageous as a bicycle. They will activate the bicycle response unit and have them address those issues. Parades, all that sort of stuff. It's a lot of fun. Being in the community, attending their community events, and really listening to what the community needs outside of calls for service. It really allows you to understand things from a different perspective. What's a priority to them might not be a priority to us if you're not truly listening to them. Like I said, a lot of complaints are around noise and traffic. And to a police officer who doesn't listen to the community, you might think noise and traffic isn't that big of an issue, but it is when it's affecting your daily life. If you've thought about this and it's something you want to ask more questions about, just reach out and ask a recruiter. You can go to our website. It's www.joinkdps.org. Click a button, reach out to a recruiter, ask all the questions you might have, so that when you put in that application, you feel fully confident in your decision to apply. It's a great job. We have a phenomenal pension that everybody looks forward to at the end, but have fun while you're here. You cannot get bored at this job. It's always something different. And if you are getting bored, there's another aspect you can go to. We have people who work more specifically on the fire side. We have people that work more specifically on the police side. Throughout your career, you can do all of that. You can move and be a detective for a while, a canine handler, bomb squad. You can promote and be a supervisor. You can do whatever you want to do to just have a variety of different things that happen in that 25 years. You really can't get bored. Although our hiring process is limited from April 9th to April 23rd for this specific process, we do have about 2 other processes we do throughout the year, and then we continuously accept applications for lateral officers. If you're already certified as a police officer or a firefighter, we can work with getting you certified in the other category and get you hired on here any time of the year. We would accept lateral applications willingly.
Yeah, so really fun to get to ride along with Sergeant Resge there. They've got, again, about 20 applicants, or 20 vacancies that they need to fill there. Most of those being retirements. You heard them say that they like to kind of hire a year in advance when they know someone is going to leave. That way, there isn't a huge gap of people leaving all at one time, and they can kind of fill the holes. The training takes about a year to kind of get under your belt. We're talking police, fire, and EMS training. As you know, they are that public safety model, which incorporates all of the different branches of public safety, if you will. So again, that deadline is coming up. That will fall next week. Be sure to check out the story on 13onyourside.com for more information.